Okay, hello again everyone and welcome to another live stream. And in today's live stream we are focusing on speaking, and in particular we're looking at speaking part 2 today. So in this lesson what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of you to come and join me live here in the live stream. I'm going to get you to look at a part 2 cue card. You'll have a minute to make your notes and you will give me your 2-minute response, just like the real IELTS test. And then I will have some feedback for you. Now, if you're new to these live streams, you will know that these are just based on your feedback. This is not to teach you how to do the speaking test. So I have lessons I can share with you here. And in those lessons, there's one link for YouTube, one link for Facebook, and it's just lessons about how the test is scored, how to improve your scores, what to do in each part of the test, and just what to expect. So you can go through those if you haven't already, and then what we're doing in this live stream is just giving students feedback. So it's all based on that. Hi Peculiar, good to see you here. And Arzu is here. Good to see you again, Arzu. Hi, Muzam. Welcome to the lesson. Maravik is here. Okay, so that's basically what we're doing. If you don't know what to do in the IELTS speaking test, check out those links that I just shared. There's one link for Facebook, one link for YouTube, but the lessons are the same thing. And then I'll get you in here live. Hi, Carmina. Good to see you here again. Okay, so let me share the link with you to join me live. Please, if you're joining me live, turn on your camera and have a pen and paper ready, because you'll need to make your notes based on the cue card. Okay, so here we'll just... Okay, I've just called it link to join me live. And this is it. So if you're on Facebook, you'll see it there. Or again, if you're on YouTube, you'll see it. So just click on that. You'll come and join me. And then we will do some practice speaking part 2. Hey, Jervin, you got in good and early today. Jakub, good to see you here. Welcome to the lesson. Okay, so if you're not joining me live, you can benefit from this by practicing by yourself. So look at the cue card, take your notes for 1 minute, and then practice doing the speaking by yourself. So you can do that, or what you can do is listen to the student's performance and try to analyze what you think they've done well or what they've done poorly, and see if my feedback corresponds with what you thought. So that's one thing to do. But also you'll hear my feedback and my advice, and there are things that you'll pick up, things that you didn't already know, that will help you with your own performance as well. So whether you're joining me live or you're just going to observe, you will still benefit from it. And also feel free to ask me any questions you have in the comments as well. Hi, Zareen. Okay, good. Best of luck with that. Best of luck with that. Definitely let me know how you get on. But, if you've read that article, you understand, how to make a good decision on that. So there's a chance, if you have a good reason to apply for it, there's a chance that you'll get it. So best of luck with that. Ina, hi there. Hello. And Sovidia, welcome to the lesson. Hello as well. Okay, so before I get started, Arvin, I see you in here with me. Just give me 1 moment and I'll call you in. But I just want to explain what to do. So in the cue card, you get a topic and some prompts. You don't need to respond to all the prompts. And in the 1 minute where you're making notes, where a lot of students, a lot of candidates, where they'll go wrong is they'll try to make notes of what's on the cue card. But maybe I'm wrong, but my interpretation is, how could you forget what you were going to say? So if there's a topic like, what's your favorite movie? you don't need to write that down. You're not going to forget after 30 seconds. And you still have the cue card in front of you, so you can look at the cue card to remind you. So really, take a look at the cue card, think about what you want to say, and then while you're making notes, these are not essential. These are just ideas that are generally relevant, things that you can make notes on. So, for example, would you change it? So, if we're talking about a movie, would you change the movie? Number two, is there something you didn't like about it? Would you recommend it to someone else? Number three, number four, uh, would it happen again? Obviously, grammatically it doesn't fit, but will you watch it again in the future? So, you can adapt those. But those types of things that you can fill up the 2 minutes with, because very often students will get about 1 minute, 1.5 minute in, and then they have nothing left to say, and they're just sitting there kind of wishing the 2 minutes was over. So just keep those things in mind. Who else have we here? Divya is here. Glenda is here. All right, good to see everyone in. Hi, Hang. And Arvin, let's get you in here and ask you a question. How are you doing, Arvin?
Hi, sir.
Nice to meet you.
How are you, sir? Thank you.
I'm doing good. Thank you. Where are you from, Arvin?
Sir?
Where are you from?
Originally, I was born and raised in the Philippines, but I am currently working as a nurse here in Saudi Arabia.
Of course, I was speaking to you yesterday. I didn't recognize you. All right,
Yes, sir.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you in person.
Hi, sir.
And can you just remind me what scores you need, Arvin?
I need band 7 in my speaking, sir.
Okay. So you have pen and paper ready
Yes, sir, I
to
have.
take your notes? Okay, perfect. So let me pull up your question for you. You'll see it on screen here. I'd like you to describe a person who solved a problem in a smart way.
So, um,
Okay, Arvin, and you can start speaking now, please.
okay, so today I'd like to share with you about a person who really has a talents in terms of protecting other people, and that will be a lawyer. I will say that this person, they have a capabilities to speak out or to help other people, especially someone who is in need, because they are articulated in terms of talking in front of other people. I think that a lawyer is someone who is capable to scrutinize or to protect others, especially if they are in trouble, or if someone who is what do you call this? It's like someone who is having a problems, or they are accused by a crime, so that they have to seek someone who is expert in protecting, someone who is looking to look after a person because they commit a crime. So a lawyer is someone who is capable to solve a problem. That's why they are capable to protect others people, especially in a court where they could where someone can hire to um, to tell something that is there is someone who is in need, especially that they cannot speak out, because a lawyer are those lawyer are very articulated. They have talents to speak with others in socially or with other people. So I think they could also I
Okay.
mean,
Thanks, Evan.
yes.
Okay. So a few things that we can work on. So straight away is you didn't answer the question. So that's not going to help. Your answer must be relevant to the question before what you say is going to improve your score. So the problem here is you didn't focus enough. Let me just highlight it for you here. The word a here and the word a here. So it's a person. So it's not, like a type of occupation or a type of person. It's a specific person. So you're more likely, talking about one of your friends, one of your family members, could be one of your colleagues, something like that would be more obvious. Or it could be, some historical figure who overcome some problem, but it would have to be a specific person. So you'd most likely give me the person's name. So that's the
Okay,
first
sir.
thing. And then as well, and it's the exact same problem again, is the word a. So a problem. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
say a specific problem. So not like lawyers, obviously they can solve lots of problems, but we're looking for one specific problem. So I don't know, I got locked out of my car and I wasn't able to open the door, and the only thing I could think of doing was breaking the window. So it's a very specific problem, a real thing that happened. Then my friend came along and he da 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 da, and he fixed everything. So that
Okay.
type of thing. So you're looking for a specific person and a specific problem. And I think
It's quite
I'm guessing.
tricky question.
I think it's the word "ah." I think it's that you didn't give enough attention to the word "ah,"
Mm-hmm.
because that
I just
that
focus only with the person who can solve a
right,
problem.
exactly. So the grammar there is what caught you out. As
Mm-hmm.
well, do you know a lot about lawyers? Is that a topic that you're very familiar with?
Actually, it's my first time to answer this cue card, sir. That's why it just
Well,
comes
that's
up in my mind.
no, there's no problem with that, but it's just that you can't expect to get a cue card you've seen before in the speaking test. You definitely need to prepare for answering a cue card you've never seen before. But I'm just asking about lawyers because it's, a very specific thing with a lot of very specific language that goes along with it. And I was just wondering, is that a field or an area that you know a lot about? Was there a particular, like, in relation to vocabulary?
Yeah, when I just saw the cue card, I'm searching for a person who can solve a problem. That's why
Okay,
the only things that
fair
comes
enough.
in my mind is lawyer.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you need a
Mm.
relevant idea, and in that case, it seemed relevant, so that's fine. I would just say try, because vocabulary is so important. If if you can think of, like, I don't know how much you know about lawyers, but if it's an area you don't know a lot about, it would be more difficult to discuss. So try and play to your strengths as well. So when you have, a choice of like careers, like what do you do?
Mhm.
You just told
I'm
me.
an I'm
You
a
told
nurse by
it's your,
profession. Yeah.
your third time telling me. Sorry.
Mm.
So I mean, surely for you to be able to talk about, some other nurses or other doctors or something in the
Mm.
medical field, that would be, sure, I'm imagining your strength, that you would have a lot of vocabulary for that area.
Mm.
So when you have a choice like that, you can kind of play into your strengths and to discuss a topic more related to the vocabulary that you would be strong with. So that's just another way to approach it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Arvin.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to
Thanks,
meet
sir.
you. Take care
I'll
of
see you
yourself
on Friday, sir.
on Friday. Bye bye. Thanks, Arvin.
Bye bye.
Okay, so let me just have a quick look here and see. Do I have any other questions? Sarwa, hi there. And okay. Hi, Divya. Good to see you here too. Right. So, no more questions. Let's jump into it. I have two people here with me. Ibrahim, can you turn on your camera before I let you in? And Jakub, let's get you in here now. Let's get you into the live stream, and I'll have a question for you as well. Hi, Jakob.
Hello,
How are
sir.
you? How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks, sir. How about you?
Doing well. Where are you from?
I am from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Very good. What score do you need?
Sorry, I am
What score do you need in the IELTS speaking test?
not yet. I never follow test IELTS.
Do you know what score that you need?
Uh, uh, Not yet follow
No.
test exam.
Okay, so the first thing you'll need to do is find out what score you need, because that makes a big difference. Like if you need 6.5, if you need 7, if you need 7.5, if you need 8,
Maybe
just
I want to 6.5 score.
okay. But it's important to find out what score you need, because you need to know what you're aiming for. So, it would depend on what score you need, like to determine when you're ready for the test. So you really do need to know what score you're aiming for. So why do you want to do the IELTS test?
I have planned to next education to Australia next year.
Okay, I see. So contact the immigration office and find out what score they need. Okay, so let me get up a question for you. Do you have your pen and paper ready?
Okay.
Okay. So you have 1 minute to make notes. I'd like you to describe an exciting book that you enjoyed reading.
Okay. Describe an exciting book that you enjoy reading. Okay. According to me,
Okay, you can start speaking now.
yeah, I interest and always read uh, the Bible every morning, Word of God. I always read the Bible uh, at 6 a.m. Yeah, and I very interest all of Word of God because I know the Word of God is uh, truth and give to my life the successful. And yeah, I think
Okay.
yes,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, Jakob. Okay, so really, if you need a 6.5, your language ability has to improve a lot. So 6.5, it's not just communicating. 6.5 is a very strong user of English. As in a person with a 6.5 could talk about everything, no problem. They could talk about any topic, they could communicate any information, they can talk at a relatively fast speed. They don't need a lot of time to think about what to say. And as well as that, it's the understanding and the listening would be a lot higher. So for you, I know you need a band 6.5 in IELTS, but the fastest way to do that would be just ignore the IELTS test for now and focus 100% on improving your vocab and improving your grammar. So if you try to study IELTS now, you're learning to do something you don't need. Whereas if you improve your English first, that will stay with you, and then you come back and learn how to do the IELTS test later. So definitely working on just general English first, I know you want the IELTS test. That's why you're here. But focusing on improving your English first will get you the IELTS score you need faster. Because if you try to study IELTS and English at the same time, then you're just spending half your time improving English. But that's the main thing you need. So just focus completely on English for now. And that's what will get you your score as quickly as possible. Obviously, come back, study the IELTS test later, but definitely put all your time and effort into vocab and grammar for now. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Jakub. Nice to meet you.
Dimas.
Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jakub. Okay. So, Abraham, you're there? Hi, Blessing. Good to see you here. Jakub's score, it would be hard to tell, but it's going to be somewhere around, it's going to be around maybe 5 or 5.5, something like that. It depends, because as well, you know, it will get more challenging as we go from part 2 to part 3. So it's hard to tell, but he will need to improve his speaking quite significantly before 6.5 is possible. Hey, Blessing. I said that already. hello again. Anyway. Hi, Abdul Mamin. Your webcam doesn't work. I just want to have people with their cameras on. If you have a phone would work. If you want to join with a phone, that would work as well. Ibrahim, do you want to turn your camera on and I'll get you in here? Hey, Sanya. Okay, Ibrahim, your camera doesn't seem to be on. I see you have your camera coming on and off on a few occasions. Adoga, we get you in here? Hi, Adoga.
Hi,
Hello there. How are you?
I'm fine.
How do you say your name?
My name is Adoga Grace.
Adoga. Where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Good. What score do you need, Adoga?
Oh man, I want to tell you something.
Oh, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. It's
Hello.
difficult. It's difficult to get a few. It's difficult to get a few minutes alone. Adoga, what score do you need in the speaking test?
I need 7.5.
Okay. And have you booked your test yet?
No, I'm hoping to book for January.
Okay. All right. Do you have pen and paper ready there?
Let me get one.
Yeah, you'll need that for the part 2. You know, I'll come back to you in a moment, Adoga.
Okay.
I'll remove you from now, and I'll come back when you have your pen and paper. Abraham, you ready? We get you in here. Hello there.
Yes.
How
Good
are you
afternoon,
doing?
Mr. Lar. How are you?
Very good,
I'm fine,
thanks.
thank you.
How are you doing?
What about you?
All going well now today, I must say. Abraham, where are you from?
I'm from Jordan, actually, and I'm working Saudi Arabia.
Very good. What score do you need in the speaking test?
Actually, speaking about score, last 6 months I do the IELTS test and I get 5.5. After that, I stop focusing on the IELTS. I just try to improving my handwriting, spelling, and the way that's reading. Still, I'm focusing on many ways. I'm aiming to 6 if I can get it. I know it's not my aiming score, but for the next 6 months, I'm aiming to 6. After that, I will see what's my opportunity and I will work on it But I believe within 1 year, I'm aiming to 6.5.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'll have some advice on the things that you should focus on first, so that will help you
Yes.
to. But don't worry, and this is recorded as well, so you'll be able to watch the recording. Okay, let me get your question ready. Okay, here's your question. You ready?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'd like you to describe a cafe you like to visit.
Okay, can I talk about one of my experience? One of my it's main involved in my business. Actually, I work in a McDonald's restaurants, and recently, last 6 months, we opened a Mac Cafe part in our restaurants, and I really, before, we didn't know the Mac Cafe products and item that we serve it, because it's the first time they launch it in Saudi Arabia. But when I try to test the product, and I see it's was wonderful. Actually, it was one of my favorite drinks that I do it every day, which is black cafe. It's a soft, and it was full of flavors. It can be wake up you. I like it many. Even when I travel outside of Saudi Arabia, I go to Dubai last 3 weeks, and I try it also there. It was wonderful test. I actually nowadays I feel that the type of cafe which is regardless the Turkish or the one who's made in the house, American coffee, it's take a place in the all the world, because it's very easy to be prepared, and you can find it in anywhere in the place. Any countries serve it. It's very good. It's not like that's too much tasty, and it's wake up you. I recommend for everyone, if join and check this test of products in McDonald's. Actually, they have a new generation of type of coffee. They improving the taste. They improving the equipment that they serving
Okay.
them the cafe there.
Thank you. Thanks, Abraham.
Thank you.
You've got really good communication skills. Do you speak English a lot?
Actually, since we are working in many nationality in Saudi Arabia, we are just only using the language through all nationalities: Filipino, Sri Lankan, Indian, and all the nationality. We use it only with Arab people, but 90% of our time we are speaking and writing in English.
Okay, so you have a lot of experience with English. You can communicate very well. So like your fluency is very good. Your range of vocabulary is very good. Your grammar is your main area that you need to work on. Your pronunciation is clear. I mean, if you're aiming for a band 6, I mean, your fluency, your vocab, your pronunciation, you have what you need for a band 6, but it's your grammar that's holding you back. And as you know, everybody can understand you, because in the real world, nobody cares about grammar. But now you're talking about the IELTS test, and it's all grammar for you. So you're saying that you study English every day. You just need to focus on grammar more than anything else. And I would say as well, do try to read in English more, because you'll become more and more comfortable and familiar with the grammatical structures just from exposure. So reading will help. For grammar, what I want you to focus on is verbs, verb tenses. So you're pretty much always using present simple when you need to use past simple. So start with past simple. And maybe you already know how past simple works. Maybe when you're writing, you get it correct, but when you're speaking, you just naturally use the wrong tense. So if you already know it, force yourself to do it in your speaking. If you don't already know it, go and study that a bit and practice it. From your reading, make sure you pay attention to the verb tenses, and then start using it in writing and speaking as well. So verb tense is essentially the main one. and then some plural mistakes as well. Sometimes you do plurals right, sometimes you do plurals wrong.
Actually, I need your advice in one thing, please.
Yep.
Since we are dealing with a staff and employees, and most of them, they are from low education, they are just speaking the English as it is. So we trying to simplify our language. That's why I just not using the past, and not using all the vocabulary right. So if you can recommend a books or something that it's helped me to go through it.
For reading, if you see,
Actually, to be honest with you, this is my first time. I just only attend with you, and I'm listening to this. I'm just only last week preparing for the IELTS, and I will go through all these questions that you say it for my colleagues before about
Yeah.
the book and about the problem solving, which is really interested. I just only write it down, and I'm start thinking how to get the answer through all these questions.
Your communication is really strong, so that's not going to be the issue. For grammar, oh, my apologies, that's not right. I'll paste a link for you in a moment, but are you on YouTube or Facebook? Where did you find me?
I'm from Facebook.
On Facebook.
I'm
So if you
following you
go
on
to
Facebook.
in my page, if you click on videos, then under task 2 you'll find a grammar lesson. And in that lesson there are a lot of reading resources as well. So it's not just going to be, about the raw learning the grammar. It's showing you how to improve and showing you reading resources to use during that process as well.
Thank you a lot.
Yeah, if you can't find it, just send me a message and I'll show it to you. Okay. Nice to meet you.
One small? I'm very sorry. Do you have a schedule for the video for the live?
Yeah, you'll find that at the top of the Facebook page as well. So they're at the top, and the times are in your own time zone and everything. So you'll see them there. But again, send me a message if you can't find them. I'll point them out to you. Nice to meet you, Abraham.
Thank you.
Take care of
Thank you.
yourself.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye bye. Okay, let's see if we have any new messages here. Okay. Habibullah, how can I contact you? So you can just send me a message on Facebook. There's a button on my Facebook page to contact me. You can use that. That will work. I'm not 100% sure. It's at the top of the Facebook page. It's like contact me or message me, or it says something like that. It's pretty obvious. You'll see it at the top of the page. Elvis, I want to participate. How do I do it? Elvis, there's a link that I sent at the start. Here. Link to join me live, and you'll see that link there. So you can click on that, and that'll get you in here. Najnin. Tactics of cue card in a nutshell. So I did that at the start of this lesson. So basically, make as many notes as you can for what you're going to say once you finish discussing the cue card. So that's the big thing. The cue card has prompts about what you can say, but normally candidates will run out of things to say after. It tends to be between 1 and 1.5 minutes. So then by having this type of stuff to discuss after you finish talking about what's on the cue card, that'll keep you going for a bit longer and get you to the end of the 2 minutes. Muazzam, to generate ideas, again, it's like I was saying, but you just want to go through. So let's just see the card that Abraham looked at. So what I would do first is go through this. So just think of any cafe, and then just give this information: where it is, what items it serves, what do you do there, explain why you like going there. Then once you've finished talking about those things, and you don't need to discuss all of them, but as many of them as as you have something to say about, and develop them. As long as you stay talking about the cafe, you can say anything you want. And then what I would expect is for you to have these 4 things learned by heart before you go to the IELTS test. And then you'll just be able to follow those once you are done with the cue card that we just looked at. Okay, Habibullah. So kind of you should find that at the top. But if you don't, you just let me know in the comments again. But I'm quite sure it's at the top. It should be quite easy to see there. Yasin. Okay, so I just told Elvis that, so you probably heard the answer. Yasin, Angel, hi there. Good to see you, Angel. Sanya, any apps that can help us in speaking, like conversation apps? The thing where I see students getting a little bit confused about improving speaking is they think that they can do one discrete activity to improve their speaking. So like so many students, they say, I want a speaking partner. Like there is a great benefit to having a speaking partner, but what are you trying to improve? Like, do you know what areas you're trying to improve? So are you trying to improve your fluency, your vocab, your grammar, or your pronunciation? So focus on one of those 4. So you can't just speak and suddenly your vocab, your grammar, your pronunciation gets better. You need to you need to study each skill separately. So that's really important as well. To give you a direct answer to your question, it depends on what you're trying to improve. But in the lesson that I shared with you at the start on how to improve, let me show you here again. So if you just scroll up to the top of the comments, you'll see it there. This one. There are apps, software. There are various different links that I share with you and explanations of how to use those to improve whichever area you're working on. So I do have them. I don't have them on hand, but they're in these lessons. So go and check those out and you'll have those for yourself. Now, let me just find my comments here. Hey, Lizzie. Good to see you here back again. Elvis. So I think you're asking about how to join, so you've probably seen that already. Watching from Jeddah. Good to have you here, Maria. Any book for vocabulary so the lesson that I just recommended to Ibrahim, no. So go to my task 2 lessons and there is one lesson on improving. There's an improvement strategy for vocabulary and there are lots of reading resources that I shared there. So you'll find those all in those lessons. I'll just send the link here. I will in a moment. I have some people here waiting on me, so I'll send the link a little bit later if no one else is joining me. Yes, so it's at the start of the live stream. Hi, Saba. And Inaj. Okay, so it seems you're having some problems finding the link. Let me just share it with you guys again. Okay, just shared it there again. Doga, let's get you back in here. Hey, Doga.
Yes. Yes, sir.
How are you going?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. So you have your pen and paper there anyway?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me share your question with you. You're aware of part 2. You have 1 minute to make notes and then you speak for 2 minutes, right?
Okay.
Okay, so here's your question. I'd like you to describe a plan you have that is unrelated to work or study. Okay, Adoga, and you can start speaking now, please.
Okay. I would like to make a foot mat and a footwear which is unrelated to work and my study. I'll prefer to buy beads to be able to enable me to get the materials to get to make it. I got some mat. I got a mesh. I got scissors and the equipment to make the mat, which you have to use to develop to make to for people to lie and for people to sit on. And what I have to do to achieve it, I need to grow. I need to I need to get everything available. Need to sit on my leisure time to do it.
Can you tell me a little bit more about this?
Wow, I feel great in achieving it by making people feel pleasant. Wearing it will make
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
That's your 2 minutes. Okay. It seemed like you struggled with that answer. Did you understand the question?
No. You know, it's
Okay.
my first time, so I didn't really get it.
What did you not understand about the question?
They said the plan unrelated to work and
Yeah.
study.
Yeah. So what do you not understand? Is there a word you don't understand?
Yes, the unrelated, the plan unrelated. Yes.
So the word unrelated. You can ask.
Yes.
You could ask the examiner what unrelated means.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically means not connected to work or study. So something else. So it'd be like basically a plan you have for your private life, your personal life, something like that. So, could be, moving house, going on holiday, something, meeting up with family members, having a birthday party for someone, something like that. But if you had asked it, because I was wondering, because when I was speaking to you before, your communication was fine, and then you start answering the question, and suddenly you had nothing to say. So I was quite confident that you hadn't understood the question. But just ask for the meaning. Say, what does unrelated mean? And the examiner can explain the word. You cannot ask, what does the question mean?
Okay.
But the examiner cannot answer that question. So if you said, what does the question mean? The examiner won't answer. But if you say, what does unrelated mean? The examiner can help you with that. So
Okay.
that there would have made a big difference. What type of mat were you talking about?
So
What type of? You were talking about a mat?
yes, a foot mat.
Foot mat. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know. Now I know what you're talking. Because you just said mat, and I didn't hear you say foot mat. Maybe you did. So I was
I
unclear
did.
what you were. Okay. Well, I missed that. So, all right. Nice speaking to you, Adoga.
Thank you.
And I'll see you again another time.
Okay.
Bye bye. Okay. So let me just, before I get the next student in, let me just share what's going on at Complete Test Success at the moment. So tomorrow I have a live stream for my essay correction competition. So last week I posted a task 2 question. Some students wrote an answer. Tomorrow I'll choose a winner and give them a full essay correction. Not many participants this week, so good chances for whoever has joined. But you have until the end of today to join in that. So that's the live stream tomorrow. Thursday, there's the task 2 live stream, which is essentially like this, except instead of people coming in live, everyone shares their answers in the comments. I have my live feedback lessons every week. So therefore, speaking task 1 and task 2. I'll just share the link for those now. And I have one-on-one services for writing and speaking at the moment as well. So I've just started those recently. And I'm working on a writing course, which is taking me a while because I want it to be absolutely perfect before I open it. So if you're in a rush, then my course will not be ready for you in time. But if you don't need the IELTS test, in the next month, then that will be a good option for you. And with that, I'm just going to have a small number of students and work one-on-one very closely with them. So it's going to be just a small number of students and a lot of feedback and a lot of very hands-on support. Hey, Anaj, good to see you here. Nayan. Great. Very good. Thank you. Thanks for that. Ifat, hi sir, how are you? I'm good. Thank you, Ifat. Hopefully you're good too. Follow the tense. Because that's not the way tense works. Tense just depends on what you're talking about. So it's not that the question. I mean, if the question says, like, what was the question we just looked at there? Describe a plan you have. Well, I mean, you can talk about the plan, or you can talk what will happen in the future when you achieve your plan. So it wouldn't really make sense to talk about the past there. But it's not that you have to use the same tense that's in the question. You have to adapt the tense to refer to, when the thing you're talking about happens or happened or will happen. So that's what it's all about. Hi, Ragose. Welcome to the lesson. Liza, good to see you here. Happy. Happy's back. Good to see you, Happy. Your essay for the competition tomorrow, Orahose, you'll find I made a post on Sunday with the question, or you can use last week's lesson or the announcement of this week's lesson. Basically, anywhere that has that's related to that competition, you can post it anywhere. Elvis, you wouldn't really get a clear indication of Adoga's score there because she didn't understand the question. So, I mean, her performance there did not reflect what she's capable of at all. So you wouldn't really get an idea from that. Okay. Arzu is next up. Arzu. Hi there. You're back for more.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
You were here. Doing good, doing good. You were here last week as well, weren't you? Or was that the week before?
I can't hear you.
You were here last week, right? You joined last week. This is your second week in a row.
I can't hear.
No, I think it must be headphones. I'll let you get that sorted. I'll come back to you in a moment.
I can't hear you.
Okay, Karan, you're next up. Hey, Karan.
Hi, Ryan. Hi.
How do you say your name?
Karan.
Karan. Very good. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Good. What score do you need, Karan?
Actually, I have paid for the test and I got an overall 8. I was just curious about my speaking score. I was aiming for like 7.5, but I only got 7. So I was just gonna check about that.
Okay, so you're just trying to see where did you fall short?
Yep.
Okay. You have your pen and paper ready anyway.
Yes.
So let me pull up a question for you here, and I'll share it with you now. I'd like you to talk about an article you've read about health. Okay, Karan, you can start speaking now.
Okay, so I'm a pretty health conscious person, and I like to keep myself updated time to time about my health, about basically all the new trends in the health industry or fitness industry. Uh, so I recently read an article on healthline.com. Uh, it is this site is trusted by many, and one of my friends recommended it to me. And I was just curious about intermittent fasting. Actually, I was going to gym a few weeks back, and my trainer told me to try intermittent fasting for better results during my fat loss journey. So I went online, I typed into Google, and the first result that showed up was from healthline.com. I clicked on that and I started reading the article. It was very well written. It had like I think 6 or 7 paragraphs, and the information was sequenced really good. And in between the paragraphs, they also mentioned link to their previous articles. So if in case someone has a doubt, they can just move on to that article and find that information. I found that article really helpful. I too tried intermittent fasting for a while, like 3 or 4 days, but that did not work out for me because I was feeling bloated all the time, and so yeah, that did not work out for me. And I read it about 3 weeks ago. Like I said, when my trainer told me to try intermittent fasting. I'd say the information for it was not beneficial for me because it did not help me at all. It had the opposite effect as it should. I said, I was feeling bloated all the time. So yeah, um, yeah, this was the
Okay.
article that I read.
Okay, thanks, Karan. Okay, so for you, where your score has been brought down is your grammar.
Okay.
One area is your grammar. Too many mistakes, and they're all small mistakes, but they're things like verb tense,
Okay.
articles,
Okay.
that, and then with pronunciation, it's not a steady pace. So sometimes you're speaking at a good pace, and then you start speaking really quickly, and then you kind of slow down, and then you go really quickly. And when you're very fast, the sentence stress disappears.
Okay.
And I need to focus a lot to understand you when you're speaking quickly. So when you're not speaking quickly, I can understand everything. But
Okay.
you just get really fast, like little bursts of speed, and that's quite difficult to understand. So it's
Actually,
not
I
your.
was falling short on content like in between the cue cards. So when I had the idea, I tend to speak quickly. So that's the reason.
Um, yeah, well, that's when it's not clear. So
Okay.
and that's the sentence stress then as well, combined with the speed. So the number of grammar mistakes and those aspects of pronunciation.
So
I mean,
you think that my score is justified for like 7?
yes, I'd even
Okay.
say honestly, I'd say you may have even done well for yourself with a 7,
Okay.
and you would be
Okay.
you would need to do quite a bit of an improvement to get to a band 7.5. So it wouldn't be like you go back in there tomorrow and you'll get a 7.5. It would take quite a bit of work on both grammar and pronunciation before that would happen. Yeah.
Okay.
Based on what I heard today,
Based on-
obviously, there's like a 15-minute, it takes 15 minutes to figure out the exact score. That's why it's 15 minutes.
Yep.
So I'm only getting a small snippet. Maybe throughout part 1, part 2, part 3, I'd have different feedback for you.
Okay,
But
okay.
based on that, that's what I would have to say. All right.
Thanks for the
Nice to meet you,
feedback.
Karen. Take care of yourself. Okay. All right. We're running out of time. So here's what I'm going to do. I have a few students left in here. I have Arzu, Habibullah. I'm just writing down your names because I want to make sure that I give you feedback in case anyone else joins. Happy is here. Happy, my most consistent live stream attendee, Elvis, and Imad. All right, so what I'm going to do with the 5 of you, and Arzu, I don't know if I mentioned your name. So with the 5 of you, what I'm going to do is we're going to cut it in half. So instead of giving you 1 minute to make notes and 2 minutes to speak, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to make notes and 1 minute to speak. So we'll just do 50% of a speaking test each. I think that's fair because everyone will get a chance that way. Okay, so Arzu, let's get you in here first. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now it's
the
clear.
It was the headphones.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you heard what I said. 30 seconds for notes and 1 minute for speaking. Okay, perfect. So, Arzu, here's your question. I'd like you to describe a time you helped a stranger. Okay, Arzu, and you can start speaking now, please.
Okay. So I am I'm a person who believes in helping other people. And last time I was traveling to my office, and I met a person before a couple of days, as he lost his cell phone and he was not able to contact to his relatives or person he knows, and he was new to the city. So I helped him by giving my cell phone to him, and I allowed him to call to his relative and ask him to come over there and pick him up. So as he was not very much aware of the city or places here, so I help him by providing my cell phone to him and allow him to make a call to his family members. That's how I tried my best to help that person I met a couple of days before. Thank you. I know
And
it's
then he stole your phone. Is that the end of the
no,
story?
no, he didn't get it. He returned back after calling his relative.
Excellent. Happy ending. All right. Arzu, it's just grammar for you, really. Some grammar mistakes. I mean, again, fluency was fine there. You kind of had a few little false starts, but that was more just thinking of what to say. At the beginning, you said one thing and it didn't make sense. So I'll just ask you to explain this one. I met a person before a couple of days.
I just
That
wanted to say that I have like I met a stranger like before a couple of days, like 3 days passed.
oh, okay. So a couple of days ago.
Yeah, right.
A couple of days ago. So you're using before instead of ago, and it doesn't make sense. Okay, so now I understand that. You're not using past tense. You're using present tense instead of past tense. Preposition mistakes. You say call to instead of call his relatives. Wasn't, and then you said he was not very much aware instead of he wasn't very aware. So you're adding the word much where it doesn't belong. But it's mainly grammar areas that are kind of jumping out at me from that response. Yeah. All right.
Whenever I face you, I got a bit nervous. I don't know why.
I have that effect on people. I think
Maybe.
I think it's the setting as well, probably. But yeah, come back again, stay practicing, and you know, I saw you were in the live feedback lesson as well today. You had
Yes,
your
I
camera.
tried to. I was trying to like connect, but the connectivity issue was there, so I was not
It's
able to
internet.
speak.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we'll have more feedback for you another time anyway. Thanks, Arzu.
Sure. Thank you so
Take care of
much.
yourself. And Habibullah, hello there.
Hello, sir. Greeting from Pakistan.
From Pakistan, good to meet you. You've been waiting
Thank you, sir.
patiently.
Yes, sir, of course.
What score do you need?
Sir, at least I expect 7 bands.
Okay. And have you booked your test yet?
No, sir. Sincere, to be honest with you, no, sir.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so like with Arzu, you'll just have 30 seconds to make notes, and then you'll speak for 1 minute. So it's half of what you would do in a normal speaking test.
Okay, sir,
so
sure.
here's your question. Here's your cue card. I'd like you to describe a time you bought something from an outdoor market.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and you can start speaking now.
Sir, about 2 months ago, actually I live in Karachi, and about 2 months ago, I went and any market, which is like a flea market, as just like flea market in USA. Here is also a market that is totally outdoor, and I bought a fixed blade knife. I also it's my habit to collect the old and vintage antique knives, and it was very beautiful. I was totally conspicuous. I was very happy to bought it, and sir, when I bought it and when I came back to my room, actually I shown my father that I bought this one from market and on the very low prices. And my father say again, if you go there again, please, you have to buy one for me also. So
Okay,
I
thanks, Abdullah.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You have a strange mixture of some very good, accurate, complex grammar structures, and then you're making some quite basic mistakes, like 2 plus infinitive. So I was very happy to buy it. So you're putting. You said I was very happy to bought it. So you only need to have one past tense verb in a sentence. So that's your was already. So then it's just
sir.
so happy to buy. So it doesn't matter if it's past, present, or future. When it's the infinitive, I was happy to buy it. So that's one grammar mistake. I bought it from a flea market. So you had no article So just small grammar mistakes like that kind of crop up, but you do have
Oh,
a good control of more complex grammar structures.
thank you, sir.
With vocab, you made a mistake between the word habit and hobby.
Oh, definitely, sir.
So a collection would be a hobby. But really the main area is your fluency, because you're just a lot of pauses in the middle of your sentences and in unnatural places. So definitely fluency would be the area to work on most, to
Sir, how
improve
to
your score.
how to overcome it, sir?
If you take a look at these lessons I shared at the start, so I just had a link here, is Complete IELTS Speaking Guide. Click on one of those.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
And it's in the first lesson. There are strategies for improving fluency there. So you'll find all that
Definitely.
information in that. But lovely to meet you. And
Thank you,
I'm
sir.
sure
Thank you,
we'll
sir.
talk
God
again
bless
at
you.
some point. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
For sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
And Happy is back with us. Hello again.
Hello,
How you
sir.
doing, Happy? Welcome
I'm
back.
good. What about you? Thank you.
Doing good. You have a regular spot.
Yeah.
Spot on the live stream.
I missed the last class.
Yeah, you got in more than anyone else.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, Happy. So again, you have pen and paper there. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So we'll just have 30 seconds for your note taking.
No problem.
And here is your question. I'd like you to describe a time when you were waiting for something special to happen. Okay, Happy. And you can start speaking now, please.
Okay. And there are some situations when we have to wait for some things. For example, the results, and sometimes we just apply for the jobs, and then we have to wait for the results that we got. But here I would like to talk about that one such occasion when I just applied for a job as a teacher in my nearby area, and I just appeared for an interview and I did my best, and after that I was just waiting for the call from them, and it was a like I did so well, and there were like 20 candidates, and they just performed at their peak, and they just want to be in that organization because this is the renowned organization of my locality. And I just prepared for that like so hard, and apart from that, I just went there with my friend. He suggested me to do like interview with
Okay.
them.
Thanks, Happy.
Okay, thank you.
Two small things here today.
Hmm.
What score do you need again, Happy?
I need 5. I'm kidding, sir.
What are you doing here? Go do the test. What score do you need?
Today I was like not nervous. It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I controlled my nerves.
Good. Fluency, vocab, grammar, all good. You said it's the non-organization. What does that mean?
It's an organization. N-A-N.
Oh, it's
I'm
an.
sorry for that.
It's an. Okay. So that pronunciation thing. So then when you said wait, you pronounce it with a B sound. So you're saying bait instead of wait.
Bait. I do have problem with that. This is the
Okay.
bedding and wedding.
So that's
W and V.
Okay, so you know that.
Yes.
And then the intonation is a little bit flat sometimes. So even when you're hitting the
Yes.
sentence stress, right, the intonation, it doesn't go up a lot, but the sentence, the intonation goes up a little bit on the stress words. So you're missing that.
Okay, sir.
But those are quite high-end things.
Okay.
Intonation, sorry, is a high-end thing. I would work on the B sound and the W sound first, because that's going to be more...
This is the main problem.
more
Like
of a
you
basic thing.
previously mentioned me that this one I was saying bedding. It's bedding.
Yes. So that's it. That's one to work on. Again, there's strategies in that lesson to help you with that.
I
All
watched
right.
that twice.
Okay. So what you're looking for, I mean, for you, a lot of it's going to be like looking in a mirror, looking at your mouth in a selfie camera, because
Okay.
you're saying wedding, it should look like this.
Actually, I just
You're
like
saying this.
keep it in mind, but after that, when I start speaking naturally, it just slipped out of my
That's
mind.
going to
This
happen.
is the thing.
That's going to happen. Yeah. So it's going to take. It's forming a new habit.
Okay. Yeah,
It's about
I will have to do.
breaking an old habit, forming a new habit. So it does take effort, but it would be
Okay,
the
sir.
best area for you to focus on. All
Thank
right.
you, sir.
You too. Take
Thank
care
you,
of yourself,
sir.
Happy. See you next
Thank
time.
you, sir. Same to you.
And okay, so we have next is Elvis. Hey, Elvis. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Where are you from, Elvis?
I'm from Nigeria.
From Nigeria. What score do you need?
I need 6.5.
Okay. And have you booked your test yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. You have pen and paper? You're ready to make your notes?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let me get your question for you here. Okay. I would like you to describe the best gift you have received. Okay, Elvis, and you can start speaking now, please.
Okay, thank you. The best gift I have ever received is a car. It's a car gift. So when I received it, it was my husband that gave it to me when I gave birth to my first daughter. So I was very, very excited on the day I received it. So on that day, I was like, wow, thank God for this vehicle, for this car. I am so, so much excited. And where I received it was in my house. It was just a surprise to me. He called me and said, baby, come out. I have a gift for you. Come and check something outside. So when I went outside, I saw the car. Wow! I shouted. He said, "Look at this key. Is your car gift? Just use it. Is a gift from me. As a matter of fact, that you have gave birth to a baby girl to me. I'm so so happy." And that was what happened then.
Okay, thank you. Good story. It's true. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's a good story. I like that. So for you, it's going to be your pronunciation and your fluency are the things to work on. You have quite long pauses in the middle of sentences and at the ends of sentences. So you're going to have to work on your fluency for sure. And then with your pronunciation, with longer words, you tend to stress the wrong syllable. So it's about the sentence stress that's going to be important for improving your pronunciation score. How often do you speak in English?
I try my best to speak in English.
You can communicate very clearly. It's very easy to understand. It's very easy to understand what you're saying. But just with the fluency, it's the pauses are in unnatural places. And I don't think it's just you. I mean, a lot of my Nigerian students, I think it's just the pace that you speak at in Nigeria. Everyone seems very relaxed, and everybody seems like there's no real rush to get to the end, you know. So that's not unique to you. I see that a lot with my Nigerian students as well. But those pauses will hold down your fluency score. So it is important to work on that. All right.
Okay.
All right. Nice to meet you, Elvis. And thanks for the
Thank you.
story. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
But I have a question.
Go on.
Please, if you have to rate me now, what will be my score? Just want to know.
It's hard to say, but you're not going to get the score that you need based on your fluency and pronunciation from today's answer. So you will need to improve. You will need to improve before you get that score. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Thanks, Elvis.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, and Imad, let's get you in here. How are you doing, Imad?
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. How do you say your name?
Actually, to be honest with you, I don't think that is me, but it's me, Abdul Mumin.
Okay. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm using my the little Facebook, the Facebook of my little brother.
Fair enough. Tell him I said hello.
Okay.
Okay, Abdul Mumin, what score are you aiming for?
I think 6 is gonna be enough for me.
6. And have you booked your test yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. So like I was saying with the other students, we'll just do 50% of a test. So I'll give you 30 seconds to make notes and then speak for a minute. Have you got your pen and paper ready there?
Yes, they're ready with me.
Okay. Here's your question. I would like you to describe something that you would like to own. Okay, Abdel Mumin, that was 1 minute, so we'll get you to speak for 2 minutes. Okay, you can start speaking now.
Actually, I'm gonna speak about a car. I saw it in a TV show program. It's the last brand new BMW car, and I think it's a beautiful car, especially because it's the last edition, and I think everyone dreaming to have it. And I will use it to take my family, of course, to take them in traveling around my country, because we have a beautiful places there here, and we should visit it someday. So I'm gonna take them with me, and who don't want to have a car like the BMW car. Actually, all my friends are talking about it now, and they're dreaming about it, and they hope someday, not only me, but all my friends, we're gonna have one. And I lost my train of thought. I think that's...
Can you tell me something more about this?
I have seen it in a TV show program in NBC, a channel called NBC, and they always showing a new car in their program, and they talk about it, like describe it and telling the price, the capacity of the car, and try to to introduce it to the people, like to give them to encourage them to buy it.
Okay, thanks, Abdelmamin. You're not going to be too far from getting a band 6 if that's what you need. Of the 4 areas, working on your fluency would help most, because there are some quite long pauses sometimes. Sometimes you're trying to think of. Yeah.
Yes, I have a lack of ideas. This is my problem.
That's not going to help for sure.
Yeah.
Some small vocab mistakes. We don't say a BMW car, we just say a BMW.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why. I mean, it would make sense to call it a BMW car, but we just say a BMW when we're talking about the car. And then
actually,
twice.
I'm mixing French with English. This is why, because the second language here in my country is French. This is why sometimes when I try to translate, I use
Gotcha.
I
Where are you
use
from?
the similar way of. I'm from Algeria. We don't have English here.
From Algeria.
We usually use French and Arabic. So I use English only in my speaking to foreign people from different countries in social media.
Yeah.
And we don't use it between us,
Okay.
like.
Okay. But having said that, you're going to be pretty close to the score you need. Definitely working on fluency. That BMW car stood out because you said it a few times. And then you said a TV show program, but it's either a TV show or a TV program. We don't use both. Just one. But yeah, fluency. And like you said, it was the ideas, but I think there were times where you were trying to think of vocab as well. So that'll definitely help you. But it's good to have you here. Just good to talk to you.
Okay, thank you for having me with you on the stage, and have a good day. I hope I'm gonna participate with you next time. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Bye.
get back in here again for sure. Take care of yourself. Bye, Abdelmamin. Okay, so let me just quickly go through any questions we have here. Oh, sorry, I had that one already. What can a student do if he doesn't understand the question asked during the speaking test? You can ask what the meaning of a word is, but you cannot ask the meaning of you can't say what does that question mean, but you can say, what does the word mean? So you can ask for the meaning of a word. Can one tell the examiner he or she doesn't understand? That's not going to help. That's not going to do anything for you. I mean, no, it's not the approach. It's not the approach to take. And as well, if you're going into the IELTS test and you're expecting not to understand questions, you're going to need a very low score, or you shouldn't be doing the test. So, if you think that that's going to happen, that you're not going to understand the questions and you need anything of like above a band 6, I would say you need to work on your English, because you would, they don't have tricky questions. Like the questions are written so that anybody can answer them. So yeah, your English level would want to be quite low if you're not able to understand a lot of questions. Hulkar, how can I practice with you? So I shared a link earlier on. We're finished now, but I also have live feedback lessons on Zoom for my subscribers. I'll share the link with you here again. And I have one-on-one speaking tests as well. If you want to join those, you can use that link right there. And Happy, you're very welcome. Your pronunciation, it's somewhere between those two, Happy. It's somewhere between those two. Myra, good to see you here. While speaking, can one look at the cue card to stay focused on the topic? Yep, definitely. You can look at the cue card while you're doing your part 2 test. Live stream. Okay, I just sent it. Oh, literally right below your comment. You'll see it there, Jose. Okay, so those are all the comments. Those are all the students who've joined me. So like I said, live stream tomorrow for the Task 2 essay competition. If you've already signed up to my live streams, or you can sign up now, I have a Task 1 academic lesson on tomorrow evening on Zoom. So you'll need to subscribe with that link for those. Thursday is the Task 2 live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Friday is Task 2 live feedback lesson. Again, just for subscribers, you'll need that link. And then, of course, I have the one-on-one feedback services as well. So if you want to just work one-on-one with me, you now have that option. And Stella has just got in as we're leaving once more. Sorry, Stella, we're just finishing up. This is a regular routine we have. You're coming in as we're leaving. Okay, so that's it for today. I will see you all either tomorrow morning in the live stream or tomorrow afternoon in the live feedback lesson. Okay, so take care of yourselves. Bye-bye, and see you in the next lesson. See ya.